Hi there, this is Lori, and today I'm going to work with Created by Jill's BlendIt21 and show you a little trick that she's got saved in the template. I'm working in Artisan 5, but this could easily be done in Artisan 4 or even Storybook Creator. I'm also going to be using Created by Jill's kit. I couldn't be prouder, and it's the whole bundle that I've got here because for me, I like working with absolutely everything. So I'll move that back off the page. This is her template, and over on the left hand side I've already pulled in the papers I'm going to use, and I've got the photographs that I'm going to put into the spots. With the spots the way they are right now, it is kind of cool, and this is option 1, you can see down to the right hand side, but I'm going to be working with option 2. When you look over to the left hand side, and I do have some instructions over here, hidden and grouped in a second option for the photos and frames. So to use those, we're going to first unhide. You can see the little eyeball and it's not highlighted. So I'm going to click that, and then they pop up to the top, but they're grouped. They're all grouped together right now. So now I'm going to go up to the top under Arrange and Ungroup. Now I can work with those just as they are, and here's the cool part. I'm going to pull in this photo, and you can see that it extends into that mat over the other photo. Now I'm going to take the other one and pull it underneath, and I will move it over and possibly zoom and move a little bit more so that you can see the pieces of the photo that I think are important, that I want to show over here. So this is at our Slingshot in the Smokies rally that we went to, and there were 200 plus or minus slingshots up there. And this is us, with my perspective, taking a picture as we're riding and another slingshot in front of us. And I just thought that was kind of cool how that overlaps that way. And you see the row of slingshots, and then you see us on the road. Now, just like with all of other Jill's BlendIt's templates, she does have this layer on top where she goes briefly through and talks about how you can fill these different things. And typically I'll just delete that right out of my way. And also listed over here is exactly how many layers, with what layers you might want to fill with paper or just with color to match your photos, and then the layers with the photos, and if there's anything else special. Now, I'll tell you a little secret, and I think most of us as artisan users probably do this. I just get rid of that because I don't really need it. I can see what I need to fill in, but certainly if you wanted to see exactly, you could work with it. But you all probably know, if you've seen many of my videos, I like to work in this left-hand space over here. This is where I like to pull things in if I'm going to make layers or to resize them. Over here in this instruction box, once I know what's going on with the template, I always delete the instructions out, and then I add in the credit for the kit that I'm using. So this will be I couldn't be prouder bundle, and I just type it right in there so that it's ready. Now, of course, I can start pulling in my lovely papers. There are so many different great layers, but over here, one thing that I don't want to forget about is I do have a couple of live photo spots underneath in that other frame. I know I'm not using them. I'm going to go ahead and delete them, and then they don't clutter up my left-hand viewport, because this is where I tend to work when I'm using the blended templates. It's easier than trying to pick pieces over here to see what I need. So I'll just open this up a little bit, and I can see these are all different shapes along the way, and that doesn't really mean too much. I'm just going to start clicking from the bottom, and I like doing from the bottom because then when I fill it, I can see exactly how much of a change it makes. And you can see how this brightened the template up considerably just by taking that shape way down at the bottom and putting in a nice bright color. It's very subtle, but it's definitely noticeable. Now, as I work my way up, some of the shapes, the ones that I can barely see at all, I might fill with an even lighter color, and it's just going to continually brighten this template up if that's the look that I'm going for. I could certainly use a darker color, so for this one, I'm going to get a red, because of course the slingshot. And as I do this, it pulls in those subtle bits of color that help match up with the photo that I'm using. And I just basically work my way up the template like that, and each time from the bottom up, I'm watching to see exactly what happens. Now for this one, I may leave it exactly the same. Say I'm not quite sure what that's contributing exactly to my layout, I could turn the eye off and back on, and I can see what happens. And you see, that's the script. And I want that script to remain that gray, at least for the moment. So I'm just going to skip it and go on to the next piece. And as I fill each one, again, I'm watching to see exactly what happens along the way. I'm going to fill this with that dark green again. And I think I'll do the next one with that same, actually, I think I'll go with the slightly lighter green. It might not even be noticeable where it's so far away that it's a different green, but I know it. And I think you can get the feel of what I'm doing. As I work my way through, I'm just filling with my different elements, slight subtleties. I like that with those little polka dots in there. It gives it a little bit more interest. So that's what I'll do to finish this. I'll keep working my way up through each one of the layers on the bottom. And once I get all the way through and I'm happy with the way it looks, I will at that point bring a few things over from the kit. And I might substitute, like I could very well substitute the arrows that are on the template with the arrows that are in the kit. I may do things like add a few beads or other sprinkles to give that more dimension over the top. Whatever it is that I feel like this page needs to finish it off, but the very cool thing is it looks so artsy and so beautiful just by going through and filling those. And then I did particularly want you to see how you might choose to overlap those photos using option 2. Have fun with it. It's a great template. I love all of Created by Jill's Blend Its, and have a great day.